Sometimes God wants to come through by warning you, by preparing you so that an event does not unfold. And sometimes God wants to come through like he did for Lazarus. Sometimes he wants you to get to the place of Lazarus in a situation before he will move. What do I mean by this? In the story of Lazarus, Lazarus was sick with something and um he ended up dying, and both of his sisters, his sisters, they both, upon Jesus arriving to the scene, they said, "Oh my gosh, if only you were here before. If only you were here before, this wouldn't have happened, blah blah blah." But the interesting thing is, they had enough faith to believe that he could turn the situation around before things got so bad, but after it got to a certain level, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is hopeless." That's kind of a contradiction of faith. Now, it's reasonable because, no one's ever seen anyone like raised from the dead, but if Jesus is your solution, he's your solution through and through. The situation getting worse and worse and worse does not mean that he is still not the solution, does not mean that he hasn't spoken to you, does not mean that you're in the wrong. He is still the solution. Think about Job. Like his situation got worse and worse and worse. And he could have said, like many of us, like I have done, it's like, "Oh, it got to this level, it got to the point where my kids died. Oh, yeah, never mind. God doesn't exist." Like he could have believed him up until that point, and then that was the breaking point. That was the turning point. So I say this to encourage you that just because the situation looks dead and impossible does not mean that God is not with you, does not mean that he is not holding your hand through the storm. You'll feel abandoned. You will feel like, where are you? Because how can I be going through this? But actually, he's working things out. You don't feel him. He's not around you because, or it doesn't feel like he's around you because he is behind the scenes doing whatever he needs to do to get you out of that situation. And here's a little thing for free. To be honest, it's not that God wants us to necessarily get to the place of Lazarus. It's just that most of us will not be able to see him until things get to the point of chaos, total chaos, no other solutions. Most of us will not rely on him without it getting to that very dramatic level.